Hi. So let's just talk, you guys. So first of all, me and my sister, we were talking yesterday, and she was like, a lot of young girls, they don't know not to be ashamed about their bodies. Like especially when it comes to that time of the month, and especially being in school and stuff, people will shame you and make you feel like, oh, having my cycle is nasty. I don't want to even tell people that I'm having pads. I don't want to open pads in the bathroom. Things like this. So it just gave me an idea to kind of shed light, especially because I'm a mother of a daughter. And, I'm just like remembering now that I'm like, man, when I grew up, like I don't feel like I had the one-on-one about how to put on a pad, or that every girl, every grown woman gets a cycle. It's natural. It's a part of life. There's nothing to be disgusting about or disgusted about even. And, like I really haven't found like a niche. I just feel like I just want to talk about whatever comes to mind. And this subject was so very important yesterday that we were having. And she was just like, yeah, I don't feel like I got she was like, I taught her how to put on a pad, and all I said was put the sticky part to your panties, and I didn't even understand that, like I was a teenager, so I didn't give her enough one-on-one, so as a woman and as a mother, I feel like we have to really take more time with our children and understand their needs. Some things they don't even know how to express it because they think that they got it figured out. You know what I'm saying? After you put the pad on, you may be going to school, leaking blood at school, this, that, the third, and you figure, hey, well, the day's over, so I don't know what I should tell you anymore. You know what I'm saying? But literally, we have to sit down and have talks with our daughters. So a lot of this channel I made pretty much to have advice for my daughter, because I may not even remember myself as she comes of that age to say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, you got your cycle. Let me show you how to put on a pad. You put it on, you make sure it's adjusted, and you may leak through, but change it every 2 to 3 hours. Change your pad. It depends on how heavy your cycle is. If it's very heavy, you may have to change it every 2 hours. If it's not that heavy, it may be 3 hours, but constantly check. Usually when you have to use the bathroom, you have to pee, that's usually when you should get a fresh pad or anything on anyways. So carry extra pads and tampons with you to school. I would always say carry an extra shirt just in case you bleed through and you have to wrap a shirt around your waist or something like that. Something of that nature. Because honestly, as girls growing up, we didn't get taught enough about hygiene. Sometimes, and that's a subject that we get older and we get into relationships and stuff, and then we get shamed for it, and they like, oh, your whatever stink and stuff like that, because women aren't focused on their daughters, and I try to do the best that I can, but I'm not perfect. So when it comes to my mind, I definitely want to add it to this page as advice for my daughter. You know what I'm saying? So, as I get older, I get more wisdom, just like wine. That's why it's fine as wine, because, as we get older, we get more wisdom. We get better with age. Just like I've learned, like when it comes to my cycle, when I'm not eating as much meat, when I'm not eating heavy, because, and I can say this and post this because my Daniel fast is almost over. It'll be over by the 8th. So I'll have this coming out on the 8th. So I'm on a Daniel fast, and every time I do a Daniel fast where I'm just eating just fruits and vegetables, I don't eat until 3:00 p.m. And that's the rules of my fast have been. And not as much social media. I've been back into reading books. Like I read about 3, and I'm working on my 4th book, and it's only February 3rd, when just previously it took me I wasn't even reading anymore. I was reading as a young girl. I used to love to read. But it's how you get your vocabulary up, whether it's an educational book or if it's a non-fictional book or if it's a fiction book or whatever it is. You get your vocabulary up if you don't learn anything else from the book. You learn different characteristics. You learn personality traits. You learn all types of things. So no matter what books your kids are into, encourage that they read. Encourage meatless days, meatless meals, not every day. And I'm not suggesting everybody go vegan, but do what works for you. But, sometimes you have to eat, light. It helps your cycle. If you want to reduce your cramps, your period pain, or your cycle days, or even the heaviness of your cycle, or anything like that, it's all in what you eat. Your skincare is all in what you eat. Everything is all in what you eat. So that's just a little bit of advice that I have for today. I'll do this, pretty much just because I'm trying to remind myself as I'm, getting reminded of things, to go into depth about them, so that my daughter can get on this channel as well and get some information. Or maybe I'll go back and look at the subjects that I've posted, and I'll even get some information. I'll even get some information that I'm like, oh, okay, daughter, let's talk about this, like the birds and the bees or something like that. But I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. We'll talk again soon.